Hey guys, Ben Sturtevant here with Real Networker. I am spending a little time today. I wanted to talk to you about this idea of wanting success more for other people than they want it for themselves. This is something that I have struggled with throughout my career in network marketing, and it can be really debilitating when you're trying to build a successful business because, obviously, when you are part of a company or organization, you've been there for a while. You've been through the trenches. You've experienced something. You've learned a lot about the products or services that you represent. So naturally, you are sold out. You're all in. You're excited. You're passionate about what you're doing. And when you enroll someone, we sometimes have an expectation that those people who are new, they should have the same understanding. They should have the same confidence, the same excitement, the same belief. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way because they don't know what you know. And as you are working with people, the more you can relate to people, the more you can understand where they're coming from, the easier it's going to be to help people build. So here's my advice on dealing with that, because yes, it's very frustrating. You've got this person that has all the talent in the world to go out there and kill it in network marketing. You know that they are going to do well. You believe in your products. You're excited about it. You know that they could really do well, but they don't do anything. They don't pick up the phone. They don't make their list. They don't plug into the calls or webinars. And that frustration starts to set in. You start thinking, well, why isn't this person doing that? That's when you want to check yourself. That's when you want to really take a big step back and say, you know what? I can't want this more for other people than they want it for themselves. You ever heard that cliche, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a drink? That's really true in network marketing. And it's something that you have to really live by if you're going to survive this journey of building a business in network marketing, because you're going to work with so many different types of people. And one of the challenges that you're going to run into is not everyone thinks the same way that you do. Not everyone is motivated by the same things. Not everyone has the same vision or even goals. A lot of the time, what you're going to find is that when people join your organization, they're probably joining you because of how good you are. It was probably your excitement and enthusiasm. Maybe not always. Maybe it was the right time for them. Maybe they're excited and passionate and they want to be successful and they want to change their lives. But what I have seen in my experience in the, 14 years that I've been full-time in this industry, a majority of the time people join because you're probably a good recruiter and you're probably you've done a good job at selling your opportunity. And let's get real, guys. That's what I do. At Real Networker, we keep it real. We are selling. We're selling ourselves. We're selling our opportunity. So it's inevitable that people are going to join maybe when they really don't have their own internal or intrinsic motivation. And you have to understand that. We recruit people and we say, oh, it's easy. You can do it part-time and around your schedule. But then when they join, we have this expectation that they should be out there full-time and talking to hundreds of people. And it's just not realistic. So my advice is just to remember and understand where you were when you started for the first time in network marketing, or when you started with your company for the first time. I'm sure you were excited, but you also were probably a little scared, a little nervous. Maybe you had some fears about what people were going to think about you. And these are all natural feelings to have. And it's really important, if you've been around network marketing for a long time, it's really important that you remind yourself of these things so that so you don't get that frustration. You don't want to be frustrated with the people that you're working with. You want to be compassionate, empathetic with them. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have expectations. Whenever I enroll someone, I have what I call a reciprocal expectation. I don't know if that's really a word or whatever, but I'm going to use it. And basically what that means is I expect them to at least reciprocate my effort to them. So if I'm going to take the time to train them and support them and call and help and provide assistance, then I'm at least expecting them to reach out the same to me and to ask for help and to seek out information. If they don't do those things, if they don't follow through with, tasks or trainings or things that I suggest that they do, then that's on them. And it took me a long time to really grasp that. It really did. It took me years to understand because I would get frustrated. I'd enroll someone and I'd spend all this time training them and supporting them, and I'd kind of sit on them and I'd say, okay, go. And why aren't you putting people in the webinar? Why aren't you putting people on the calls? Why aren't we doing 3-way calls with people? Why aren't why aren't you talking to this person who's on your Facebook list? And how come you're not talking to that person? And inevitably what I was doing, I was hounding people. I was chasing my own team, the people who were already there. And instead of providing an environment where they could do what they could do, certainly we want to give them guidance. We want to give people, tracks to run on and offer support. But this is their business. We're selling them on the idea of being their own boss, and they're the CEO of their own company. You have to let them be that. And if you don't, they're going to get frustrated. They're going to pull away from you even more. So just have patience more than anything. Patience and understanding that, they're new, and everyone has a first week, a first month, a first year. And it's really important to be there for them through that time period and let them experience those things, so that so they can figure out what their why is going to be. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know why they're doing this when they first start. It takes them time to figure it out. When I first started in network marketing, I was 1997 and I was 19 years old. I didn't join because I had these grand visions of building multiple streams of income or building residual income. I wanted to make some extra money. It sounded great, right? I didn't know what my real reason why was. It took me 3 years to figure it out. But when I figured it out, I absolutely did well. And looking back on my experience, because I didn't have a real active upline, my upline really wasn't involved at all. I didn't have anyone hounding me. I didn't have anyone pushing me. And it was one of the reasons that I kind of stayed plugged in and stayed, I like to learn a lot. So I had to plug myself in, and that helped me a lot. No one was pushing me or making me feel guilty for what I couldn't do or didn't know how to do, or quite frankly, didn't want to do. And if you're out there trying to push people to do what you want them to do, if you're trying to push people to fill your agenda, it's only going to make people withdraw from you even more. So have patience, have fun, let people work at their pace, be there for them, be an inspiration, be a coach, be a mentor, but let them find their commitment, and you'll be surprised at what that's going to do with their actual personal activities. So I hope this information was helpful to you guys. If you want to connect with me, I have my business page over at Real Networker. You can find it on Facebook. You can also go to my blog at realnetworker.com. I've got additional information there that you can plug into. But thank you so much, guys, for hopping on today. It's great to see Tanya, Clive, Michael. Thank you guys so much for plugging in. If you're watching the replay, I hope this information is helpful to you. If we could just save one life in network marketing, I'm doing my job. So thanks, guys. Have a great day.